So today was really wonderful. Began early, actually, around noon, at the Performa Hub, which is a really thrilling space. It's the entire idea of Performa manifested in a three-dimensional operating environment. Our own little building in New York City. Anyway, as you came into the space, there's this little house that's been built overnight, and it was called a pasta sauna. A wonderful project by a Dutch food designer and called Proof, which took the futurist cookbook and played with Marinetti's objection to pasta, which he said made people dull and slow. And what it was a combination of the old pasta machine with a crank that reminded the designer of her little music boxes at home as a child. And somehow the two together, she managed to combine the two to make a pasta machine that also had a sound component. So as the assistants were scrolling through the pasta machine, they were also scrolling through those little note papers with holes in them that would actually cause the music machine, the music box, to make songs, including everything from a Michael Jackson song to Star Spangled Banner to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And both actually look like pasta. So the fresh pasta was made in the back, and so you could actually witness the pasta being made, and brought into the front main space where people coming in could select their bowl of fresh pasta, and then would go into the sauna where boiling water was on the boil, and you could actually hand over your bowl and have your pasta privately made right in front of you. Later this afternoon, I walked down to the new museum, which is just on this new downtown museum mile, if you want. A really wonderful artist from India called Nikhil Chopra was in the midst, 1 hour into a 3-hour performance. Actually, no, start again. Went down to the new museum where Nikhil Chopra, a wonderful artist from India, was in the middle of a 5-hour performance. Actually, it began at noon and would go through till 6. It's a series of drawings that he would create on the wall, and part of an environment that he was looking at 100 years ago in New York of this city structure, what was going on then, a kind of Victorian New York, which we don't really think of so much as being a part of this history, but indeed he had set up a little bedroom, a dining table, fruit, and so on, and will be spending the next 3 days unraveling his response to the city and playing it out in this wonderful room at the back of the new museum. Later this evening to the Anthology Film Archives, where futurist films were being shown alongside music by wonderful musician Peter Dringle. A very, very special combination because, of course, early futurist films were silent, and most often purist cinema goers don't really know what kind of music to put there, but somehow we came up with Pete Dringle, whose music is quite wonderful, and a terrific evening there. So we raced up 3rd Avenue to 43rd Street to find Christian Tomaszewski's large blow-up, a big blow-up that you could actually walk into, of a spacesuit that he had designed for Nikki de Saint-Phale's She, an earlier sculpture made by the Swedish artist in Stockholm in 1966, that also invited viewers to walk inside the womb of this large multicolored sculpture. What Tomaszewski had done is he has created an astronaut suit for this large lady, She, who's also lying. In the next few weeks, we'll be invited inside this large lady's interior to watch a fashion show. Good night.